What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm here again with ACOS and we're doing exclusive one tier list, PvE only, okay? It's not any relation to PvP. Before anyone says that, it's purely PvE. But before we get into the video, and we are going to build this as it goes on, this is all going to switch. This is all going to switch. You're going to see me and ACOS talking about it, seeing how it changes with exclusives and the problems we encounter when we're trying to grade them. But before we do, make sure you check out my Aptoid partnership. Using cards like Five-In, you can save yourself a huge amount of money. Okay, so we're back, and ACOS, welcome back to the channel, mate.
Hello everyone again.
Are you ready again? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm not. But we're going to get into it. Okay, so the ones we have all in needs rework, they're all going to stay there, even if some of them say don't belong there. Greta and Ariel are going to stay in A at E1. There's been no change there at all. But we're going to go straight in at A+, and we're going to start at Will. Now, again, we don't know a lot about Will, so we're both going to have to go and look at his first exclusive. So he cannot take crit and is immune to damage over time when he has a shield. I don't think that's massive for him. I mean, I know he's tanky, but he does do attack down too on his basic. And buff resistance and defense up to, but he's still lackluster in my opinion. I still think he belongs in A+.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, he should stay here.
Yeah. Okay, Eric, and I do need to check Eric as well. Eric is he Doom Legion? What is Eric again?
Nameless Brotherhood.
Nameless Brotherhood. Exclusive 1. He gets has the same chance to inflict 1 layer of burn for 2 turns. It's a bit of an improvement. It's a bit of an improvement on Eric. But do you feel like he should move up to S at E1?
Maybe not. I think he should stay here.
I think he can stay here as well. There's just better burn heroes to use. Claude is going to stay at A+ again with E1. Unfortunately, he's still dependent on more exclusives than that. The same for Natalie. She is going to stay at A+ at E1. What do you think of Mai at E1? Mai at E1, because she reduces a target's effect resistance by 50% for 2 turns. But that's only after inflicting Horrify on them. I think she still stays at A+.
I agree.
Thanatos gains 1 layer of soul after casting soul shifting, which increases crit damage by 15% up to 5 layers. I mean, that can be some more damage. Maybe maybe he could move up to S at E1, considering he's going to be doing, 5 times 15. Is that 75? My maths is awful. That is 75, right? 15, 30, 45. 65. Wait, I am counting. That's 75%. I was right. Okay.
Yes,
Well, do you think he deserves to be an S or A+?
Good question.
Because I mean, his red mark.
Yeah.
We have Lucifer. Shield removal.
Leave him in A+, but
leave him in A+. I mean, when does he ever go up to S? I mean, he is a cool hero, and we do need to look more into Thanatos at some point. But I think you're right. A+ is sort of where he's sitting. Now moving on to Solly, who is Sword Harbor, sorry. And exclusive 1, he gets additional grants, Solly Consolidation 2, which I don't think is enough to move him up a tier. Because that's only for himself. Yeah, okay, it's only for himself. Margarita moves up to I don't think, can we put her any higher than S? I don't think we can we?
She's good in S.
Yeah, S. And Asindo at E1 becomes more useful because of turn meter gain. I kind of want to put Asindo into S tier at E1 just because she has more use. She's faster, easy to build, and you know, AoE silence, and then the single target silence after, and a bit of turn meter reduction, right?
Yeah, that's good, I think, yes.
Besmok, what does Besmok get as it? I think it's E2 Besmok needs to be moving up, but at E1, 15% chance to inflict Dark Lightning and triggers up to 2 additional attacks. I'm still going to leave him at A plus here.
Yeah,
A+.
he needs X2. Yeah.
Slavau, where are we moving Slavau? Are we moving her to S plus or S at E1? It's got to be S plus, right?
Yeah, S plus. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's great.
Tuck goes up to God at E1.
Yeah.
Megan, I think Megan stays where she is. Nasil goes up to God where he is.
Yeah.
Amalik can stay where he is. Olga can stay where she is. Taru can stay where he is. Tifia, Little Jack, Naskama, Gramdy, and Jennifer can all stay where. I think that's okay for A plus.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, moving up to S. Obviously, we have a Cinder Margarita there. Agatha does have a bit more of a shield, but she's going to stay in S just because she's not used much in PvE content again. Anna, the one people are questioning, like, what is she? What is she like? I mean, level 1 exclusive, increasing all allies' attack by 40% is very nice. Is very nice because she's not only targeting just damage over time heroes now. If you have her paired up with a direct damage dealer, they're also going to benefit.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. Maybe she deserves S plus.
I think she does. Because she can just buff so many. So, I mean, if we compare her to, say, Slavelle, but the fact is that she's doing AoE damage as well, and I think she deserves S+. Okay, Brynhild, does she stay at S?
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah. I don't really want to... I don't think she can push much higher, Brynhild, in PvE. She's amazing for PvP, but yeah, I mean, other than that...
Yeah, she's a PvP hero.
Okay, Terra. Now, we was just talking about this in Discord, and people were saying how with exclusives, Terra can become pretty terrifying. So, level 1, he increases the absorption amount of blood craving to 15% of the target's max health, and the absorption cap to 30% of self max health. If a target has a shield before blood craving is cast, increases the absorption amount to 20% of the target's maximum health, and the absorption cap to 40% of max health. I feel like he needs higher than E1 to move up. I feel like he needs higher than E1. So I feel like he needs, and we haven't tested him enough. If anyone's built Terra and you can, like, and your end game, and you can say, okay, he's nuts at E1, please let us know. Please let us know. Dario, I'm going to let you take this one, Akos. E1, where is he?
I think he remains there.
He remains there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It is nice him getting those extra layers. But is it quite enough for him to be like a main damage dealer? I don't think it is. After that, we've got Luz. And Luz gets each stage deals extra damage, caps at 200% of Luz's attack by 3% of a target's max health. And, you know, he can deal quite a bit more damage. But is he moving up to S plus yet on that basis?
I think maybe at E3 he would, but not at E3.
Yeah. Until he's at E3, he's not moving up. Okay. Alina's a tricky one. She gains 30% leech when she has counter. I'm not moving her up, Akos.
No.
Not E1. Not E1. Zia though. Zia, I think maybe not. Additionally increases piercing rate by 30%, and she gains immunity to control effects while the skill is in effect. That can be nice, but she's still taking a while to get her turns going.
Yeah.
I think we should leave her in S.
Yeah.
Yoko up after that, and Yoko gets additionally reduces the target's turn meter by 50%. If ultimate cleave kills the target, releases the skill to a random enemy again, the damage dealt equals 70% of the damage done last time. Now that can be quite nice, but she requires huge gear to make that, very worthwhile. Again, I think she's on par with Zia, right?
Yeah, they are at the same level, I think. Yeah.
What about Hertha? Does Hertha get to move at all? Increases the extra bleed damage dealt by each stage of attack of enhanced quick slash to 120%. No. I think she stays there at S on that.
Yeah, I think so too.
But Slack, though, level 1 exclusive, removes all of the target's buffs before attacking, and for me, that makes him S+.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Alahan. What about Alahan? E1. What does he do again? Removes all buffs from the target, increases the health restoration by 20% of this attack for every layer of buff removed up to 100%. Meanwhile, his skill also restores the health of the ally the lowest current health. Is that on his basic? Yeah, that's on his basic. Removing all buffs. Where would you put him?
I think he stays there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Not that big.
Are you going to be mad if I move Mythic up to S+ to E1? Because that just means that she doesn't need affect it, and I feel like she's solid after E1.
Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, she's nice.
Taff at E1. There is a bit of a change in him. He resets the duration of all damage over time buffs at E1, meaning he can be paired up with other damage over time heroes. Do you feel like he deserves to be S+ at that point?
Yeah, I think so. It's a big change.
Okay, and Mu2 moving to S to E1. He in werewolf form. He also has a damage reduction effect of human form. Werewolf form is retained after he is revived or after wave transition. That can be a big change for Mu2 because it means that he's always in werewolf form, and that he has a damage reduction as well. Do you feel like that's enough for him to move from S to S+, or is that not quite enough?
It's a good question. I think maybe not. I think he would need other exclusives. So.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with you on that one. Hisaro, E1. He additionally triggers the target's bleed one time up to 6 layers. Now, this is huge. This is huge,
Yeah,
triggering.
Huge.
It's absolutely massive, and that grants him a S+, because that is massive. Bari gains additional crit damage up to 100% additional crit damage equal to 60% of his mastery when a battle starts. That can be quite a big improvement, but is it enough to push him up? I'm not sure.
I think not. Yeah.
No, he still requires a bit more.
Him recently. And
oh, have you really?
Not that big of a change. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to speak for her. I'm going to put her to S+, at E1. That's because she now gives a shield to all allies, as well as health up too, and it's a 30% shield of her max health. And I feel like she becomes solid there as even just a support hero.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, Alicia. She acts 1 extra turn after Merciless Blade is cast. Deadly Blade deals 3 stages of damage and refreshes the duration of all enemies' bleed after the 3rd stage. That is her first active skill. So yeah, it's an AoE hit. Refreshing bleeds could be quite nice. Is it enough to push her to S+? If she was... no, I don't think so. I think she stays at that tier for now. Because she's not increasing damaged out, she's just refreshing the bleed, which is very nice. But she does act an extra turn, so maybe she does move up. Maybe she does move up.
I would maybe move her up.
Yeah. I was just waiting for confirmation to see if I was just being an idiot or not. Gunner, E1. He additionally reduces the target's effect resistance by 25% for 2 turns, reduces the target's effect resistance by 50% for 2 turns instead if shield was successfully removed from them. I don't think that's big enough to move him up to S+. So I feel comfortable leaving him there. Are you comfortable with that?
I agree.
Okay, Zyra. Zyra is the Forgotten. I have so many CC heroes in the Forgotten. When Zyra's Eternal Night is reduced due to a control effect, there's a 40% chance to cleanse all control effects from self. Well, to me, that's PvP. And for PvE, that makes no difference. So she stays in S.
Yeah.
Serena can stay in S unless I'm wrong. What does it do again? No, she does gain 1 more action turn every time she evolves. Does that push her to S+, or does she always stay in S now, considering the new heroes we've got? Because she does fall off later, right?
Yeah, I think we should leave her here.
Okay. Fiona. Exclusive 1. When inviolability is triggered, self-turn meter is increased by 25%. Again, more of a PvP kind of exclusive. So she should stay in S.
Yeah.
Okay, we're up to S+, and we're getting through it quite fast, actually. We have some new heroes here. We stopped at Turf. Turf stays at S+ for me right through. Oh, God, we have the hard ones because it's Veronica, and what's she called again? Oh, what's she called? Is it Melot?
Yeah, Melot.
Let me have a look. I just need to see what they change at E1. Deals attack damage. Oh no, wait. After casting Crystal Mark each time 1 layer of poison is inflicted on a target when any ally pursues and attacks, Melot additionally deals attack damage to them, which increases for each layer of poison the target has. Do you know what? That's insane, because that damage is considered as poison damage.
Yeah, it
that's
should be
broken.
She needs to be tested. Yeah.
We can't put her into God. We can't put her into. She needs to be tested. You're right. Veronica. Each stage of Poisonous Spear Strike and Poisonous Spear combo deals extra poison damage. When Self has Explosive Venom, for every 1 layer of poison the target has, increases extra damage up to 100%. You can start. For those of you that haven't read the skills on, the new 2 heroes, this is exactly why they're rated in S+, because they're reading amazing, but we just haven't seen the multipliers on them yet. Not yet. Okay, on to Inner. Inner's a solid hero. I do like Inner. When casting Mana Shield at level 2, Overflowing Mana, Inner grants Consolidation 2 for all allies for 2 turns. If Overflowing Mana has not reached level 2, Inner grants Consolidation 1 for all allies for 2 turns. She stays at S+ for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same.
Okay, and moving on to Frick, who is the bold dude. Exclusive 1, he reduces all enemies' turn meter by 15%, or reduces all enemies' turn meter by 25% when successfully reducing their attack. Now, if we consider Ruin and Frick together, can you imagine that? Wow, that would be very nice. Having such turn meter control. I would love to have an E1 Frick right now. But he's got to stay at S+, right?
Yeah.
Luna, Considering you just cleared stage 65 of the new elemental city with Luna at E5, at E1, because E1 is a bit of a big upgrade for Luna. What does it do again? Isn't it the attack down? Yeah, reduces attack by 40% now. Is she still S+, or does she just edge it into God?
I think she needs exclusive 3.
Exclusive 3 for God, okay. Alright, so I trust you on that. I trust you on that. Okay, we leave her at S+. Quinlan at S at E1 doesn't make a change, does he? 50% chance to inflict freeze on the target for 1 turn after erosive spear deals damage. The chance is increased to 80% if the target is under health burning status. Now that's nice, but that's not enough to push him into God tier yet.
No, that's not enough.
Alec at E1. He also grants all allies a debuff resistance for 1 turn, which is nice, but again, that's not enough to push him into God, so he's going to sit in S+ for a moment. Elena, however, Elena is a big one, right? Because there's also a 70% chance to reduce all enemies' speed by 40%, and that's after removing debuffs. And for me, that's straight where she goes into God.
Yeah, I agree too. That speed down is very good.
Nita E1. I haven't got the notes at hand right now. I think it's a big change at her E1, isn't it?
Yeah, that was her E3 before. Yeah.
Okay, so is she God at E1 now?
Could be, but still, we will need to test.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, another one we need to test, guys. I'm sorry, it's very hard to say it off the bat, just like this. Very hard, it's tough. Lukea E1, and she at E1, Lukea grants herself a shield by 30% of max health and stealth for 2 turns after casting it. But for me, that's not moving her into God. That's not giving her any more damage.
Yeah, she should stay at S+.
Okay, Walter at E1, he is immune to poison, meanwhile reduces direct damage dealt by any target under poison status by 20%. Very nice for Elemental City, actually. But that still keeps him at S+ for me.
Yeah, for me too.
Moving on to Guhana, also cleanses 5 layers of damage over time debuffs from all allies. You know, that's huge, but she's still going to stay in at S+. She can't move from that. Surely. Elsa, do you agree on Guhana, Akos?
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Okay. Elsa, at the beginning of an ally's turn, if this ally's health is not higher than 60% and Elsa's health is not lower than 40%, Elsa deducts self-max health by 10% and restores this ally's health by 15% of Elsa's max health. However, if this ally's health is not higher than 60% and Elsa has Fire of Hope Blood at the beginning of the ally's turn, she will not deduct her health and will only restore this ally's health by the same amount. So basically, it just makes her a better healer. Definitely still sitting in at S+.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Guilliman, level 1, increases the number of wisdom runestones additionally generated by bursting knowledge from 4 to 6, and all the wisdom runestones have an additional 40% piercing rate. Now this is big because she's doing a lot more damage, but it does keep her still at S+. For me, personally, S+ is where she's at on that one.
I agree with that.
Yeah, okay. Focaz, we don't need to look at Focaz, do we? He's still going to sit at S+. I mean, he grants all allies a layer of heal for 2 turns. It's not massive, but he's so good anyway. Space is always amazing. I love Space. Exclusive 1, she reduces 10% more turn meter and increases 100% attack damage, so that can help out a little bit. Hoff, however, does get a bit of an increase. He does get a bit of an increase here because when the enemy dies, has hunting mark on them, he will instead increase all allies' attack by 40% for 2 turns. I say instead, the ally's still going to get another turn, but you know, 40% for 2 turns is massive, and it only puts it on the enemy of the highest attack. S+ still, right, Akos? He can't move up to God. He's always
good,
S plus.
Yeah.
Okmin increases the restoration rate of Catalyzer by 50% and the restoration rate of Detonating Burn to 300%. This is nice, but it's healing, it's self-survivability. It's not going to increase his damage. And he's sitting at S+. Okay, we can move on to God now, and we're getting through this list. Not a lot has had to change. Just a few changes, and you guys would have seen that if you've been watching through the entire video here. Nasil, Tuck, Elena, we've discussed those. They moved up. Paolin stays at God, and this was a big one for Paolin at E1. This was what a lot of people pushed for because it increases all allies' effect resistance by 25% at the beginning of each wave for 2 turns. If Paolin's initial effect resistance is below 100%, but not lower than 50%, or that's worded wrong, it will increase all allies' effect resistance by 50% for 2 turns at the beginning of each wave if Paolin's initial effect resistance is not lower than 100. We can't move up any higher. He is already at God, and rightly so. Okay, we have a problem because Allcast at E1 is no good. What do we do? Akos, you there?
Yeah.
What do we do with Allcaster?
He will still die after the damage unit is over.
The trouble is that, you know, I would only use Allcaster at E0, E2, or E3. Because he gets self-damage immunity and immunity to turn meter reduction effects in 1 turn if his health goes below 50%. He can't be killed. But he can be revived. I would ignore him at E1, but where to come? Do we move him or not?
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
I'm going to move him to S+. Maybe S. S+ or S?
S+, I think.
S+ because of the CC and that kind of... Okay, S+. Albeck stays at God, and he becomes much more supportive for his allies now if you're using Albeck. Soul Guard also grants all allies, excluding self-ally protection. Albeck will take 30% of the damage taken by his allies for Albeck's 2 turns. Meanwhile, Albeck gains Immortal for 2 turns, so no matter how much goddamn damage they take, he will still survive. Let's assume you have him at E1, don't you, Akos?
Yeah, I have him at E3. But
okay, E3 you have him at.
He needs to be at the E1 for the highest dungeons.
Yeah, totally. Mammoth E1. Now, this is a bit of a long one. It gains 1 layer of engulfing power for every 5% of max health lost after casting Brashly Taunt. Up to 12 layers, Mammoth consumes all the engulfing power at the end of his 2nd turn after casting Brashly Taunt, and restores health for all allies by 2% of Mammoth's max health. For each layer of engulfing power consumed or immediately consumes, all the granted engulfing power to restore health for allies if Mammoth dies before this effect is triggered. Now that can be nice because he's actually giving his allies quite a bit of healing. Still going to be sitting in at God. St. Nicholas, well, yeah, it becomes crazy at E1. Increases all allies' speed by 40% for 2 turns when he's casting his shield. And it's just massive. It's just broken. It really makes Nicholas a completely different kind of beast. Lucifer at E1 does become a bit more useful, inflicting Feebleness 2 instead, and additionally inflicts Severe Wound for 2 turns, making the enemy take more damage and unable to heal. Ben Austin E1, what is it he does again? Additionally steals 10% of the target's turn meter when successfully increasing the cooldown of their skills, meaning his skill 2 can now be cast first, and you should be able to get to his skill 4 in time before the enemy even takes a move. Sigmund at E1. Searing Pain ignores shield and damage immunity, meanwhile increases additional damage by 50%. They've worded that, have they changed that? Because it says meanwhile increases additional damage by 50%. That's his direct damage dealt, yeah? From Searing Pain. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's not that great. But it could get you a kill. I don't know. Catherine at E1 becomes better again. She cleanses 1 layer of debuff for every ally at random when Burst of Energy is triggered. It's a big upgrade for her. Nidrold gets even stronger. He will always get stronger. He additionally casts Sword Mastery 1 time after casting it if there is no more than 1 enemy under bleed status, or need roll cast Sword Mastery 1 time more up to 3 times for every 1 enemy under bleed status. If there is more than 1, the damage dealt by the extra Sword Mastery is halved for each following casting. I mean, he can just sweep through the enemies on his skill too, and it can be very, very nice. Melia, E1 gets Valkyrie status for 1 more turn, giving you more chance to, you know, counterattack, that kind of thing. The biggest E1 is probably Hizonya's, isn't it? His Dragon Flame additionally triggering health burning to deal damage once. That's just massive. That's like just such a huge E1, don't you agree? That's just massive.
Yeah, that's the best.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. We've gone through. Oh my goodness, I've just realised people couldn't see the top of the list. So there is the top of the list. I do apologise. I will have the image below in the description so that you can see it. It was literally just missing the top line. So my apologies for that. You was probably like, guys, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I apologise for that. But thank you, ACOS, for joining me on the channel again for another updated Legend and Mythic tier list exclusive 1 PvE content. ACOS, that's your cue.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I might even leave that in the video. Oh, it's quite funny. Okay. But yeah, take care, everyone. Have a great day or evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.